Hello and welcome to Spooky October Wrap-Up. There are 5 Wednesdays this month, 2 song requests, 2 old ones, 1 brand new one. Let's get to it. A song about moms was requested by my sister-in-law. I sat on that request for a while, not sure how to do it justice. Such a big topic. So many feelings are evoked when you say mom. Whether or not you had a fraught relationship, your mother is no longer here, you have a great relationship or had a great relationship, you want to be a mom, you don't want to be a mom, there's a lot that comes up around that word, so it just ended up being more philosophical than anything. Hi. Spooky October cat here. So anyway, I didn't really know what to do with that topic, so I did my best. She said she liked it. Thanks, Laura. Second song, Move Along. One I hadn't thought about for years. I thought I was finally done with songs that I had written but hadn't thought about. But nay, there were more, and that was one that I wrote on my way driving back from Las Vegas to San Diego, trying to make it back to my 9 p.m. overnight group home job, and listening to all the All American Rejects and processing relationships and life. And so references to that. Move Along is 20 years old this year. What a great album. I give it a re-listen if you haven't listened. Move Along, Dirty Little Secret, It Ends Tonight, the soundtrack of my life and what helped me process in my 20s, and just still some bangers. I think they're touring again. Check them out. And then the third one, we loved West Side, as requested by my mom, my hype woman, #1 fan. Thanks, Mom. We, our family revolved a lot around that school. As mentioned, my grandparents, my grandma taught there. My grandpa was the caretaker. They lived on site. He drove the bus. My mom went to school there. She taught in town for a little bit of time, but then she ended right back up at West Side and spent the bulk of her career there. My brother and I went there. She was our teacher for a couple of the years. And so it's an ode to West Side and what a cool school it was. There was a, theme song, alma mater, that was set to the tune of Oh My Darling Clementine, we loved West Side, we loved West Side. And that felt too jaunty for its current state. It's kind of a ghost town, haunted school status. So that's why it had more of a melancholy spin and minor key signature. But great school. Fourth song, At All, was another one just from, I don't even know, maybe 10 years ago. I always thought it was a little too cheesy to share, you hold the key to my heart, but I'm changing the lock. But I don't care anymore. So it's cheesy. So what? Don't listen then. It's fine. I was sincere when I wrote it, and not everything is for everyone, and it is just also a very sad song. I mean, having boundaries is empowering and necessary, but sometimes it's sad and bittersweet. So I guess the whole theme of the month was kind of sad and melancholy, given that it is fall. And then the very last song I did last week, Must Be Nice. Sassy. We took a turn to sassy. So that was a This Is Over song, and kind of bitter, more bitter than sweet. And that was a relatively new one. I think I was just thinking, well, the first line is an obvious shout out to Alanis Morissette's You Oughta Know. But then just processing, sometimes it's harder to be the bigger person when you hear that someone you dated is doing so well now, and they're engaging in healthy lifestyle choices that you had encouraged them to do for years. And you're like, now you are. But I have been on both the giving and the receiving end of that campfire mentality, like, or campsite, you know, like, leave it better than you found it. And so, yes, you would hope that people would process and grow after relationships, but it's like, really? And then the salt in the lake is the analogy of two monks, you know, one's asking like how to heal and overcome bitterness, and he like puts a teaspoon of salt in a cup, it's bitter. Put a teaspoon of salt in a lake, it's sweet. And he says, don't be a glass, be a lake. And that's my mantra sometimes. I'm like, be a lake, be a lake, be a lake, be a lake. Like, don't let the bitterness get you. Don't let the bastards grind you down. All right. That's October wrap up. 2 more months left. Wow. Wow, wow, wow.